Hello, everybody, and welcome to this webinar that I'm live streaming on Facebook. Today, I'm going to share nutrition and how we're supposed to make a C9, F15, and Vital5 the best possible way for the cells in our body. My name is Martina Banak, and it's an honor to be here and spend a couple of hours with you online. I miss being on the stage, but this is second best. So I hope we will have some good times together and that you will learn a lot. This is my passion, so it's I love to share. I had the same training 2 days ago in Scandinavia, and it was a great success. So I hope you all are going to be just as happy as they were. Who am I and why am I sitting here today and sharing my knowledge with you? Well, first of all, I'm a Cedesco certified skin therapist. This is not the reason why I'm here today. I'm also masseur examined from Axelsons in Stockholm. And the most important is I'm a nutritional physiologist, which means I'm specialized in what nutrition is doing on a cellular level in the body. And that's really, really interesting. I also work with food intolerance testing. I'm an approved practitioner with Omega Diagnostics Group, and I work with anti-inflammatory diets. So this is how to eliminate inflammations in the body that causes a lot of harm in many different ways. And our FIT system is actually in the same track. Our FIT system is also anti-inflammatory living. It's how to support our body and our cells in the best possible way so our body is functioning optimal. So I will remind everybody first what we can and cannot do. It's very, very important that we follow the rules that are set out there. And I know they're different from parts in the world. Some countries can say more than others, but this is overall. So some do's and don'ts. We do not cure anything. We do not help anything be alleviated. We don't help, we don't boost, we don't improve. We do not have natural products. Our products has been in a laboratory, and they do, we do not put aloe vera straight onto our face, do we? We put a cream in our face. It's not used for or against anything. We do not have a detox. We don't suppress anything. We don't prevent. We don't enhance. We do not benefit. We do not safeguard against. We do not cleanse or have a cleansing program. But what we can say is that we can promote a healthy lifestyle and well-being. We are a look good, feel good company, and we have weight management tools to help people. We have simple solutions for healthier lifestyle. We have all our boxes that are just go-to. It's anyone, regardless of knowledge, can jump into one of our boxes and have good results. So we have very simple solutions. We are certified and we are guaranteed. All our products are certified. We have between 90 and 30 days guarantee on all our products all over the world. We have a plant with a history. If you go back to Cleopatra in Egypt, she used aloe vera. So we can go back thousands and thousands of years, and people have used aloe vera. Everybody knows aloe vera. And we are loved by millions and millions. Millions of people are using our products every day. Also, you should not set before and after pictures. That's very unprofessional. People will always think that you have modified the pictures because we have great results. So we don't use that in forever. You're not allowed to say, oh, I lost 23 kilos in 2 seconds. You can say that you reached your target weight in 9 days in combination with healthy food and exercise. You can say that. This is very, very important. Do not make claims on social media saying how much you lost in what time. Don't show pictures before and after. I know it's really tempting because the results are so good, but don't do it. Rather ask your clients, your customers, to take a picture before and take a picture after 9 days. Then they see their own results. Also, when they measure and they stand on the weight, they can see the results themselves. So you don't need to boost it out there. You know, be professional all the way through. So first of all, for me, it's very, very interesting that it's very important for me that you understand how the body functions. Most people think that if I eat less, I will lose weight. And if I eat almost anything, nothing, I will lose more. But this is so wrong in so many levels, because the body is built to survival. So the body will always make sure to try to withstand to lose fat, because the fat reserves are the energy reserves for the body in case there is danger approaching, like you don't get any food for a long time. So if you imagine you have a train, a steam train that goes on coal, and you can see in the wagons, we go back to 1800 in the prairies in America, and the train, you know, we're going through Indian territory, and in the train are the men with the high hats and, you know, and their suits, and the ladies with the corsets and the long dresses, and they're sitting there very nice, going across the plains, and suddenly, woo, you can hear the Indians coming, and the Indians are coming because they want to scalp everybody. What do you think the man in the front of the train, you know, with the overalls and the cap, who's shuffling the coal, what do you think he will do? Do you think he will put one piece of coal into the furnace, or will he just shuffle all he can in order to save his life? Of course, he will shuffle all he can. The more you put into the furnace, the more the furnace will burn. And the more the train will go faster, the engine will be more efficient. You know what? Exactly the same is with your body. You can say exactly the same happens with your body. If you eat nothing, your engine, your metabolism will close down, because the body will think, uh-oh, danger, danger. I'm not getting any food. I'm not getting any energy into my cells. I have to close down to preserve what I have. So let's say you are on a garlic Tabasco diet for 10 days, and you lost a lot of water. You pee all the time, and you look a little bit worn because you lost water. But you know what? Losing water isn't good. You don't want to do that, because you lose water in your muscles, and your heart is a muscle as well. So we don't want that. So whenever you go on a diet or anything, you need to make sure you do not dehydrate. So, but if you're on a garlic Tabasco diet, you will dehydrate, and you don't get any carbohydrates, you don't get any proteins, you don't get any food. And then 10 days later, you're invited to a brunch, and you think, oh, I haven't eaten for 10 days. I've lost 6 kilos, and I'm so thin in my cheeks now, so I can eat. And you eat scrambled eggs and bacon, and you eat croissant and pancakes and waffles, and you drink juices and little champagne since it's there. And then you get home, and of course your stomach hurts because your intestines hasn't been working for 10 days. But you feel like you gained 10 kilos in one day. And you know what? It's not that wrong, because what happens is everything, all the calories you eat, all the calories that are turned into glycogen to be energy in our muscles, usually you turn into glycogen, and then the rest you turn into fats for the body to store it for later. But if you have been in starvation mode, the body takes everything and puts everything into fat in order to restore it for survival. And this is how you get into yo-yo weight. You're on a diet and you think you lose weight, you end the diet, you put on weight. Then you go on a diet, you think you lose weight, and then you end the diet and you gain even more than you did before. So this is a vicious circle, because you are ruining your body's metabolism. You are ruining your body's normal function, because the body is built to survive, and the body needs certain nutrients in order to thrive and survive. If we were a car, if you take a Skoda like this one, an old little foot car, or you take a Lamborghini, it doesn't matter what you take. Both these cars need the same. They have some essential essential things they need in order to drive. They need petrol or diesel or gas. They need gas or petrol to drive on. They need oil for the engine. They need water. They need grease. All these four. If it doesn't have any gas, the car will stop. It's not going to drive. It doesn't have any oil, the engine will break. The car is not going to drive. If it doesn't have any water, it's going to boil. It's going to stop. It's not going to drive. If it doesn't have grease, all the screws and things is going to fall off and the car will stand still. It's not going to be able to drive. The problem is the human body doesn't stop. The human body tries to go on, and it tries to go on even though you are mistreating it by not giving it what it needs. And this is how we get all the new diseases, cancer, Parkinson, Alzheimer's. The more harm we make to our body, the more we build up for diseases later on. Diseases that are not irreversible. We can't reverse the, when we're there. It's not going to change. And this is why it's so important to know how to treat your body for it to have the best possibility to live in good state until you die. And the humans, just like the cars need the gas and the oil and the water and the grease, the humans, we need carbohydrates, we need proteins, we need fats, fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, and water. We also need fiber. It's not an essential nutrition, but it's so important for our digestion, so it should be actually. But carbohydrates gives the energy into the mitochondria in the cell, the batteries in the cells. So this is what makes our cells work, everything to go to give us energy. The proteins are our building blocks to build up in the body. Fatty acids has a lot of important means in the body. We have a fatty layer in our brain. We have a fatty layer in every cell. If we don't get the essential fatty acids we need, these fatty layer on the cells is going to harden, and then it's going to be problems for the cell to divide, because every cell is supposed to divide in equal parts, divide. But if they can't divide properly, what happens? We get cancer or other problems in the body. So we are very interested in having fatty membranes that are soft and works. If we don't get vitamins and minerals, we can get a lot of diseases too. And a lot of body functions doesn't work. If we don't get water, we can die. So all this is really, really important. And a lot of people think, I'm not going to eat any carbohydrates because carbohydrates make me fat. So they try to eliminate all carbohydrates. This is so wrong on so many levels. Carbohydrate is an essential nutrient for the body. Essential means for life. It's important for your body to live. And another thing is that people say, oh, carbohydrates is bad, but there are good carbohydrates and bad carbohydrates, and you need the good carbohydrates. You need the whole wheat rice, the whole wheat pasta. You need the rye bread. You need the fibery vegetables. These are good carbohydrates that the body needs, and you need it every day. Whenever I'm on the social media and I see people show pictures from their C9, I see all these evening meals with chicken or fish and salad. And I wonder, where is the carbohydrates? And if I ask people, where are the carbohydrates? Oh, it was just today. Yeah, right. Because up here, people think, if I don't eat carbohydrates, I will lose more weight. The only thing you do is you lose more water, because carbohydrate binds the water in the body, and we need water. Otherwise, we're going to get wrinkly and deflated. So we need water in our body. So when you are on the C9 in the FIT system, wherever program you do, you need to have carbohydrates, proteins, fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, and water every day. And I'm going to tell you a little secret, which is quite good to have. A lot of people, they go to fitness center, or they do workout, or they do fitness. And 9 out of 10 reasons why they do this is because they want to lose fat. They have a bit chubby, a little bit extra on the stomach or on the sides, love handles, or, they want to lose fat. But 9.5 out of 10 people do it the wrong way. There is only one way to lose fat through exercise. Okay, I'm going to give you some seconds to guess what it is. You're not going to guess it unless you heard me before. You see, do you guys know spinning? When you go into a room with bicycles and you do a really high intensity bicycle program. And when people are done and you walk past, the stink in there, oh, it stinks so bad. But you know what? It's not sweat. It's actually broken down protein tissue. It's ketones that stinks. It smells. You see, because when we eat carbohydrates, the carbohydrates are broken down into glycogen. And glycogen is the energy for the muscles. So we have energy to work our muscles and do the exercise. And after 20 minutes doing exercise, the brain is starting to say, okay, I'm starting to run out of glycogen. I need a secondary source of energy. So where can I find this? And if you do, for example, spinning, the brain is going to say, oh no, this is equals, spinning equals to running. And in the Stone Age, the only reason a Stone Age man would run if something was chasing him to eat him or kill him. So for the brain, running is stress. It's a bad thing. So high pulse is stress. It's a bad thing for the brain. So the brain is thinking, oh no, very high intensity. I need to save my fats in case I'm stuck in a tree or in a cave or I can't get food. So I'm going to start using my muscles as secondary energy during my spinning class. So, and after 40 minutes, you have no more glycogens left in your muscles or your blood or your liver. And the brain is going to say, okay, I'm going to continue eating my muscles. And this is why it stinks in a spinning room after 1 hour. It's not the sweat, because fresh sweat doesn't smell. So what are you supposed to do to trick the body to use the fat? Well, first of all, it's very important you keep your pulse absolutely even. No up, no down. Absolutely even. And it has to be so you can actually speak. And what you need to do is you need to power walk. I'm not saying go for a stroll or go for a walk. Power walk. And if you're interested in what power walk is, you can go into my YouTube channel and I have a training on power walk. You can see it there. But when you power walk, you are actually using your core muscles and your whole body, because you tuck your tummy into your spine, you rise your chin so you can breathe properly, you have your arms all the way up and all the way back, and you twist in your stomach, you walk on your heels and you roll up, so you use every muscle in the whole body. And when you start power walking, you have a low pulse but a high intensity. So after 20 minutes, the brain is thinking, okay, I need to look for a secondary source of energy. She's just walking. The pulse isn't up. No danger. I can take from my resources. I can take from my storage. I will start burning on the fat. And after 40 minutes, no more glycogen left. If you have the same pulse, you keep it steady, the body will say, oh, I'll continue to take my fat reserves because there's no danger. So if you want to lose fat, you need to power walk. No other fitness. This is not saying that cardio fitness isn't good. It is good. It's good for your heart. It's good for your lungs. It's good for your cardiovascular system. But if you want to talk about burning fat, there's only one way to do it, and that's power walk. Ask any professional bodybuilder. They walk before they go up on that stage because they need to burn all their brown fat, all the extra fat. So, but you need to do it for at least an hour every day. So if you want to do it, you can do it. It will work. This is a homepage I would like to emphasize because I want all of you to understand that the body is built for survival and the body needs calories. The body has a minimum that it needs, that it requires every day. So we have a BMR and AMR calculator. BMR is your basic metabolic rate. This is when you are sleeping for 24 hours, you do not move, you just lay still and sleep. For your brain to work, for your lungs to draw in oxygen and transport the oxygen from the lungs to your blood, for the heart to pump. This is the minimum amount of calories you need in one day to survive. You're not talking, walking, singing, humming, nothing. You're just laying still. So if I weigh 65 kilos, I'm 167 tall, and I'm 32 years old, I need 1,429 calories as my basic without moving. So if I move, if I do walk the stairs, vacuum clean, go to the fitness center a couple of times a week, then I'm moderate active. And that means I need 2,286 calories per day. I know a lot of people who are on a diet, on 1,000 calorie or 1,200 calorie diet. You know, that means you are far below your 1,429. And that means you are in starvation mode and your body shuts down. Your metabolism shuts down and you are on the wrong way to where you are going. So this is the website. This is not for you to use. This is not for you to use with your clients. This is for you to understand that your body needs calories. This is for you to understand that you can't starve yourself. And also this website has a lot of good things for you. It has recipes. It has a lot of recipes for women and for men for all fit system. So instead of just having the few recipes in the booklet, here you have hundreds of them. You also have the programs, the booklets. You find them in there in PDFs. So you don't have to have them in hand, you can find them there. So if you want to lose weight, you should eat your BMR, the lower quantity, plus 300 calories. You can never be below, but you have to make sure it's 500 calories below your AMR. So if 500 calories minus AMR are higher than BMR plus 300, you should eat the AMR minus 500, because you should never decrease your food intake. If you want to gain weight, if you want to build muscles, then you eat about 350 calories in proteins, in protein powder or in protein-rich food, because you don't want to gain weight in fat, right? You want to gain weight in muscles. If you want to maintain your weight, you just consume the amount that indicates on your AMR. So never ever stay near or below your BMR for more than a few days, because this will cause your metabolism to shut down. This is starvation mode, and this is not good. This is not good. So just to make sure you understand. So if the BMR we saw in the example is 1,428 plus 300 is 1,729 calories per day, and the AMR minus 500 is 1,786 calories, you can see the AMR minus 500 is more than the BMR plus 300. And this is why you need to eat the higher amount of calories, and then you need to increase your activity with 57 calories. That's the 57 calories. That's the difference between the AMR minus 500 and the BMR plus 300. It's the difference. So, and this is important, remember this. A very good way to learn how much food to eat, because people say, oh, carbohydrates is a bad thing, you know, I'm scared of it. It's not about, it's not about that it's bad. It's about the amount you eat. So this is the sense method. It's very easy to figure out. If you're going to have proteins, you have a palm size. If you're going to have carbs, you have a cupped handful. If you're going to have veggies, it's like a fist. And fats is like the thumb. The smaller you are, the less you need. The bigger you are, the more you need. It's smart, isn't it? So you can also see, the lower intake for women and the higher intake for men. So palm of protein, handful of carbohydrates, fist of veggies, and a thumb of fatty acids or oil. And for men, you can double up if you need a higher intake, if you do a lot of exercise, or you need to have more calories in your AMR. For example, to tell you how wrong it can be when we eat carbohydrates, when we do pasta carbonara or pasta, I'll try again. If we do eat pasta in our home with, with the meat and tomato sauce, bolognese, my husband, he would take a deep dish and he would fill it up with pasta. So it's like a top on it. And then he would take the carbonara, no, it's not the carbonara. Yeah, whatever. He take the pasta sauce on top of it, right? And that's a lot of fistfuls of pasta. It's a lot, too much. And then we will take a second helping because it's tasting good. Then you get too much carbohydrates. But to eat a handful a day isn't much, like half a deciliter of rice with your meal. You have to have some, but not too much, and you have to have the right carbohydrates. So let's go and see, check out our C9. Remember, our C9 box is not magic. It's not the C9 making the results. It's your body that's making the results. It's the way we use the products that makes the results. So in this box of goodies, we get Forever Garcinia Plus, we get Forever Therm, Forever Fiber, Forever Gel Original or Berry or Peach. Personally, I prefer original because there's no sugar in there. So there's room that I can have more fruit in my free fruits and vegetables per day. And it's just more potent than the ones with the taste in it. But if someone thinks they can't drink the original, even if they put lemon in there, for example, or put an RG Plus in there, so go for the Berry or Peach. It's better than nothing. And we have Forever Ultra Shake, chocolate or vanilla. We have a manual in there, and we have a tape measure and a shaker. So you're supposed to take each product as directed in the pamphlet. And you know that our aloe vera, it's from 99.7% pure aloe vera, and it contributes to normal energy-yielding metabolism. And it's also brilliant digestive aid to help to support your immune function. You know that 98% of your immune system is regulated in your intestines. If you have imbalance in your intestines, your immune system won't work, not efficiently. Also, psychologically, your intestines are very, very important, because if you have imbalance in your intestines, if you have too much candida in your intestines, it will scramble the happy hormones for your brain to read them. So a lot of people who are, blue, or, think, I'm not unhappy, but I'm not happy either, and I don't know why, it might have something to do with the way you eat and how your intestines are working. Our Forever Fiber is, I'm going to go into this more, and Forever Therm as well. Our Garcinia Plus contains a prized Asian culinary fruit, Garcinia. It's actually like a citrus fruit. And Garcinia Plus is also very high in chromium, which helps to balance the blood sugar. I will tell more about this as well. And our Forever Ultra Light, I will go into details because it's very important you understand what it is and how it works. But first, I'm going to take a couple of do's and don'ts on the C9. I had a lot of questions, so I wanted to answer them. What about if you're pregnant? Are you supposed to do a C9? If there's a customer, I would say no. We do not recommend new customers to use any aloe vera products orally, because if something happens, let's say the lady has a miscarriage, she wants to point finger at someone. And that would probably be saying, oh, because of forever, because of the aloe vera, I had a miscarriage. We know it has nothing to do with it, but the person who suffers a loss will always try to find a reason for it. So in order to be safe in every part, we do not recommend new customers to do a C9 or drink aloe vera when they're pregnant. But if you are an FBO, if you are used to drink aloe vera, just knock yourself out. Go ahead. The only thing is that if you're pregnant, you do not do day 1 and day 2. You do C9 day 3 to 9 for 9 days. You do not, you're too low in calories the 2 first days. So we don't want to do that for a pregnant lady who's nursing a fetus. That doesn't work. If you're on your period, doesn't matter. You can do a C9 on a period, no problem, an F15. If you're nursing, it's the same as if you're pregnant. You can do a C9, but you have to alter it a bit. You do not do day 1 and 2. You do C9 from day 3 to 9, but you can do it 9 days. The way I say it, I'm going to explain it for you. Diabetes, you are not supposed to make C9 when you have diabetes. That's because there's too few carbohydrates and too unevenly during a day. If someone who has diabetes wants to do something for their body, to do a cleanse or do a kickstart or boost, get the body going, they have to do an F15, because when you follow the diet in the F15, the carbohydrates are balanced, and carbohydrates are a key in diets, because we usually say that fat burns in the flame of carbohydrates. So if you want to burn fats, you have to have carbohydrates in your body. If you don't have a glycogen, you can't go over and burn fat. It's the same with you need a lot of fatty acids in order to burn fat as well. So diabetes, no go on a C9. You have to do an F15. Seniors, older people, they can do C9 the way I explain it and how to do it. Metabolic disease, if you have like Hashimoto or hypo, no, I lost the word. If you have metabolic disease, you can do C9. It's actually good for you. Children or teenagers, as in general, I will not recommend children or teenagers to do any form for a diet or altering food, because children and teenagers, they need to eat everything. You should never put them on a diet unless it's a medical condition. But you also have like 18 years old and they can do a C9, but it's very important they do it the way I recommend. As a nutritional physiologist, I have been approved to share my knowledge and how I do the C9. And it's very interesting because when we look in the booklet of C9, it has changed a lot over time, and it's different in every country. It's a little bit like when you have this, what do you call it, the whisper games? If you're in a ring and someone starts whispering, in the end, the message comes out completely different. And that's a little bit how I feel it is with the C9 booklet. I think the C9 booklet is difficult to understand and to do. It's too many questions. It's not, what do you call it, dumb certified? So it doesn't matter how dumb you are, you can still understand it. Does that make sense? I would say the F15 booklets are amazing. I love them. But the C9, I'm not that happy about it. So I'm going to try to make it easier for you so you don't get so confused about it. So if you do C9 as a teenager, you have to do it the way I tell you how to do it. Can you have coffee on a C9? Yes, you can have a coffee on a C9. You see, C9 is all about changing your habits. It's all about changing your mindset and getting you tuned into more healthy habits. So if you usually drink 20 cups of coffee every day, if you go down to 5, it's still better than the 20. Who wants to stay on a regime if everything is no, 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 no? We don't want to do that. It has to be easy for people to do, and it has to be sufferable. If 1 cup of coffee a day makes the life worth living, have the cup of coffee. And besides, there's caffeine in the third. So, you can't say you can't have coffee. Dressing on salads, no. We need to you know, boost the start and the intestines, and we need to clear out and help to detox and get all these toxins out. We don't want to have dressing. We need to eat all the vegetables and greens raw. And well, you can use some lemon or orange on top, and dry herbs. Alcohol, no, because we are trying to reboot the body, to kickstart the body, to get in better ways. So even if you used to drink 2 bottles a week and you only drink a half, it's still too much. No alcohol on the C9. Don't add salt and sugar. A lot of people are sugar addicted and salt addicted. And we want to break this. And in 9 days, you can break the cravings. So we want to stay away from salt and sugar all over. The only sugar you get is the natural sugar from the few fruits you get in the diet. So Forever Therm is a very important part in the C9. If you are pregnant, you do not take Forever Therm. And also if you're nursing, do not take Forever Therm. This is a dietary supplement with full focus on your metabolism. It has a lot of B vitamins inside, and B vitamins are energy yielding vitamins. They help our cells being on top. And we have 8 different B vitamins in this vitamin. And these also helps it to reduce fatigue and exhaustion. And it also contains extract of green tea and coffee and guarana. Guarana nut has natural caffeine in it as well. And it makes the brain think it can do more, even though you can't. But usually when your body says, I'm done, I can't do more, you only used 40% of the resources you have. So it makes you think you can press more. So if you take Forever Therm before you go to the fitness center, you know you can do more work. You can sweat more, you can work harder because your body thinks you can. Always take Forever Therm with food, never on empty stomach. Also, vitamins should always be taken with food. If you take Forever Therm on empty stomach, you can get really nauseous and you can actually throw up. It's very powerful, very strong vitamins, and the stomach doesn't like it at all. So always with food. And don't take it after 3 p.m. If you do that, you might have difficulty sleeping at night, and sleep is very, very important on a C9. Try to make sure you get bed at 10 o'clock and sleep at least 8 hours a night, because sleeping is also important to your general health, and it's also important if you want to lose weight and let go of toxins in your body. So you want to sleep. Forever Fiber is contains 5 grams of dietary fiber, and a human person should get between 25 and 35 grams fibers per day. So 5 grams is not that much. A lot of people think they are eating a lot of fibers because they eat salads, but surprise, salads doesn't contain fibers. If you want to have fiber, you need to eat the fiber-rich greens like broccoli, cauliflower, kale. What do I have more? Sweet potatoes has a lot of fiber in it as well. So you need to have the really fibery greens in order to get fiber. Lettuce, tomato, cucumber doesn't have any fibers in it. So even if people think they eat fibers, most of them don't. It's a water soluble, so it means when you mix it up, it just dissolves. It's the best is to drink it in tea, in herb tea. Then it's completely diluted. If you mix it in water, it can be a little bit, like it doesn't get completely clear, but it doesn't have any taste or anything. And some people think it tastes. I don't think it tastes anything at all. But if you put it in some peppermint tea or licorice tea, whatever tea you like, you're definitely not going to taste anything. And it's a gluten-free formula, and it's a really, really good idea to mix the fiber when you bake, for example, or make muffins, or you can also put it on top of your yogurt, or you can add it in many places in your food. You can put it in if you do mashed potatoes, you can't taste it, but you get extra fiber. If you take Forever Lean on your C9, do not take Forever Fiber. It will be too much fiber. You see, it's very, very important that when you are in C9, that you get to go and make big poo-poo on the toilet. Very important. And if you take both fiber and Forever Lean, it's going to be over the top. It will be too much. You see, when you are on a C9, the first day and second day, you will go to bathroom because that's the food you've eaten before you started on the C9. The third and fourth day, you might not go to make big on toilet because the first and second day, you don't eat any carbohydrates really. You eat a lot of greens, so there's not that much of waste and the body absorbs most of it. So day 3 and 4, you might not, do the big thing on the toilet. Day 5, you must go to toilet again because that's day 3, you start to eat proper again. So day 5, you must go to toilet. If you do not come to toilet day 5, you should stop taking your fiber and double up on the aloe vera and more water because you need to get going. You don't want your intestines to be still. You don't want to have get toxins from inside from poop stuck in your intestines. You want to get it out. So remember, don't overdo it. Don't both Forever Lean and Forever Fiber. You choose one of them. Or Forever Ultra. This is a fast meal replacement, which helps you control your calories. So even if you're not on the C9, if you just want to cut some calories, you can exchange, for example, your lunch or your evening meal with a shake. And that would be less calories. So over time, you will lose weight. We use premium soy protein as the protein source. It's maximum with nutrition and minimum of calories. It has 12 out of 13 vitamins and 10 out of 11 minerals. So it's very, very, very complete. The things you can say about it that's approved is that it gives energy, it reduces fatigue and exhaustion, and contributes to normal energy metabolism. And that's because we have, for example, the B vitamins in there. For muscles, it contributes to normal metabolism of protein and glycogen and maintains normal muscle functions. That's because we have chromium in there, we have magnesium, we have calcium, we have zinc in there as well. An immune system protects cells from oxidative stress and contributes to the normal functioning of the immune system. And that's for the C vitamin, the D vitamin, and E vitamin, among others. So these are things we can say without saying too much. And we can say it's for weight loss and keeping the weight off. There's 23 or 24 gram protein when mixed with milk. It depends on which country we are in because it's different in different milk. Also, different kind of milk would change the protein and sugar content. And you can choose to mix with water or soya milk, oat milk, almond milk, rice milk, or a lactose-free alternative. Actually, I would recommend you to try to go you would really help your body if you try to stay more green these 9 days. It will help your body a lot. So try to eat maybe less meat and more greens. It's the new black to eat more greens. Also, because when you eat, for example, meat, you use a lot of your magnesium, calcium in your body. So you actually get weaker bones. It's the same if you drink carbohydrate water, bubble water. It actually ruins your what do you call that? Your bones. It takes the calcium. And if you make the shakes on, for example, almond milk or oat milk or rice milk, it's lighter for you. And the body has a big difficulty in using in getting rid of the fat in milk products. You see, cow milk is not made for humans. Cow milk is made for baby cows. So we are not supposed to drink milk. And this is why I would recommend you to go for a green milk instead. And in a shake, you won't even taste the difference. Ask Kim Masson. I made shakes for him when I was in Spain with him this summer, and I gave him soya milk without him knowing it, And he had no idea. He loved the shake. So then I told him there was both soya milk and spinach in there, because he swore he didn't eat spinach or drink soya milk at all. So you can cheat people. You can do it. It tastes amazing. It tastes good. So don't worry. There's 2 grams sugar per scoop, per serving in the powder. But if you use it with milk, there's 16 grams sugar, because there's so much sugar in milk. And this is also why a lot of teenage, especially boys, they empty a whole liter. They just empty the milk. They drink a lot of milk. It's sugar, and when you get a lot of sugar, the body craves more sugar. And also use this for pancakes, baking, desserts. You do a shake and you freeze it in like popsicles. You can also, the vitamins doesn't ruin by being frozen, but if you bake with them, the vitamins, the water-soluble vitamins will not survive, but the protein is still in there, and the minerals are still in there. So it's very important for me that you understand how to read the label. Now, this is a Danish label. It doesn't matter. You don't have to understand the words. You just have to listen to what I'm saying. One portion of the scoop, one portion is 25 grams. And if you look at the first column, it says per 100 grams. This means in order to understand how much it is in a serving, you need to divide with 4. So if you look at fat, for example, it's 10 grams. It means there's only 2.5 grams fat in the Forever Ultra Shake, which is very little, because we recommend, if you have a healthy diet to lose weight, to be on 3.5 grams of fat. So 2.5 is very low. And also, if you look at the sugar, it says 8 grams. So if you divide that with 4, it's 2 grams sugar. So it's not a lot of sugar at all. If a bodybuilder looks at this, he will say, oh, this is really bad. There's no protein in there. Because a bodybuilder doesn't want to have a meal substitute. He wants to have a protein pulver. He doesn't want to have anything that's in balance, because this product is in 100% balance, what your body can absorb. And a bodybuilder, he wants to have calories in pure protein, so he needs a protein pulver. This is not a protein pulver. This is a meal replacement. From my time giving trainings in UAE, I know a lot of men have difficulties understanding why we are using soy protein. Well, gentlemen, you will not get boobs from using Forever Ultra Shake. You will not even get pimples from it, nothing. Our soya is non-GMO. It has not been gene modified at all. And that's very, very big deal, because more than 85% of all soya in the food market is gene modified. But at Forever, we only use the best. So we have non-GMO soya. And we use the soya because the soya is 100% the best protein there is on earth. And this is because it has a very high protein value. It has, if you look how it's put together, protein 30%, has 30% carbohydrates, 38% protein, 8% fat. It's very similar to what the body can absorb. And soy has another beneficial thing. It's that the body can actually absorb the proteins for 1.5 hours. Otherwise, it's usually you say about half an hour to an hour after training, the body can absorb the proteins. But when you have pure soy protein, the body has a larger window, longer time ability to absorb the proteins into the cells. And soya contains all 9 essential amino acids. This is the perfect number. There's no other protein source that has all 9 essential amino acids. If you look at whey, or you look at, I lost the word, never mind. If you look at the other ones, usually they're made from byproducts from cheese or milk production, which is waste. And have you ever, in early days, when I went to the fitness center, I had this whey protein and everything, and you forget the shaker in the bag. just one day, and you take it up and it stinks like it's a dead rat in there. You know, you have to throw the shaker out because it's so bad. If you use our for an ultra shake and you forget it in the bag for 5 days, it's not going to smell when you open it up because it's so pure. It doesn't have any waste in there. So it's very, very high on the proteins. And it has a large amount of the amino acids, arginine and glutamine, which are the most important building blocks for building muscles. So this is the best you can ever get when it comes to protein source. And I hope we're never gonna change it. And there are no female hormones in there or estrogens in there, so you will have big boobs or anything. You will not get anything like that. My husband drinks Forever Ultra Shake every day, and he has a perfect body, let me tell you. So in the box, there's also a booklet that tells you how to, in an easy and a clear way. Well, I'm not quite, I'm supposed to say that, but to be quite honest, I'm not that happy about it. It has suggestions for shakes and recipes with Ultra, and you can find more recipes on the website I showed you. It has the list of free fruits. I will alter this a bit for you and make it easier. It has suggestions for delicious dinner meals, and you have even more suggestions in the website I showed you. It has a daily overview to do so you can check out so you know you've done everything you need to do. Day 1 and day 2 is the reset. I don't believe in letting the body live on only water. I don't believe in water. What do you call that? A water fasting? No, the body needs the nutrition that the body needs. So day 1 and day 2 is the reset. Day 1 and day 2, we do not eat any dinner. We don't have any dinner in the evening. So we start having 2 Forever Garcinia with water. You wait about 30 minutes, and then you take your aloe vera, 120 mils aloe vera. You take a Forever Third, and you take a salad. You eat a salad, and I will show you later on. And then you are supposed to go out and power walk for 30 minutes. The reason why the best thing is to walk is because when you walk, you will help your intestines get their movements back. Most people have a lazy intestine, and that gives problems because it's stalling in there and you get gassy and it doesn't work properly. So you need to help the peristaltic, you need to help the movements in your intestines. So when you walk, you help the intestines getting to work better. So let's say you have the morning, it's 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. At around 10 o'clock, you can take your Forever Fiber. Take it in a cup of tea. It's the best. You want to keep the fiber away from the vitamins and minerals you take, because if you take, for example, Arctic Sea or omega fats, it will absorb the oils and you will poop it out in the toilet. So it's a waste. So in the morning, you take your vitamins and minerals and your super greens and Nargi Plus and all this in the morning. 10 o'clock, you take your fiber, preferably in a cup of tea. At noon, let's say 12, 1, you take 2 Garcinia, you wait 30 minutes, then you take 120 milliliters of aloe vera, and you make a shake. You take 1 scoop, and you mix it with 300 milliliters of almond milk or whatever. I prefer some sort of milk because water is too little. We need to get the calories up. Remember, I need to be on 1,729 calories just to be on my BMR. So I need calories to get in. So I usually take almond milk, and then I take some spinach, and I take some strawberries in there, and I can put some super greens in there, and I blend it all to make it thick and delicious, and then I drink it. And then you take your Forever Third, and then you eat some salad again. In the afternoon, around 3, 4, you take 2 Forever Garcinia, you wait 30 minutes, and you drink your aloe vera gel, 120 ml, and then you take another salad. And in the evening, you take 120 milliliters aloe vera gel, and then you take another salad. You see, you're supposed to add from the free list all during the day. Another important thing is that in the morning, you fill up half a liter of water. And at 10 o'clock, it's supposed to be empty. If it's not empty, you empty it, you drink it, you fill it up again. At 12 o'clock, it's supposed to be empty, you fill it up again. At 3 o'clock, you have emptied it, you fill it up again. At 6 o'clock, you fill it up again. When you do not get enough carbohydrates, the body will lose the water. We do not want to dehydrate. You have to make sure to fill in the water. You need extra water, especially day 1 and 2. Day 3 to 9 is different, but the same. Here you start the morning at 8 o'clock, 7 or 8, with 2 Garcinia. You wait 30 minutes. You take your 120 mils of aloe vera. You make a shake with 1 scoop. You take a therm, and please take some salad as well. At 10, you take, you fill this, and by 10, it's empty. You take your fiber in a cup of tea, have some salad, empty water. At noon, you fill the bottle up again. You take 2 Garcinia soft gels. You wait 30 minutes. You make a shake with 1 scoop. Put stuff in there. Fill it up. You need to have calories. And you take 1 forever therm. And you can add with some salad as well. At 4 or 5, take 2 Garcinia. Wait 30 minutes. And have your evening meal. 600 calorie meal. Men, you need to have at least 800 calories. You have more muscles, you have a higher metabolism, you need more calories. So you need to have more. And at night, drink, again, a bottle of water. So this is the schedule for the C9. So your shake is very, very, very important. You know, love your shake. Make sure you have it everywhere. Here's my, I'm in Monaco on the top, down to the left is here in Denmark, where I'm now. In the middle is Kim's house when he was living in Dubai. And my favorite is my almond milk, and to use blueberries, for example, and I usually put some spinach in there as well, because spinach doesn't taste, but you get a lot of nutrition from the spinach. And my favorite shake now is actually to have the almond milk and to have spinach and a super green in there and mix it. That is so yummy. If I'm not on a C9, I always add a banana as well. So in the booklet, you have different recipes. Try different stuff to have different tastes, and so you don't get bored into it. And on the website, there's a lot more recipes as well. This free list here. I mean, I get confused when I'm seeing it. So what I'm saying is, forget this. Forget it. Just do what I tell you. Forget this. What you do is, the free list has to be foods with a low GI, glycogenic index. It means it has a little effect on your blood sugar levels. So it keeps, we need to balance with blood sugar levels. So you can always Google and see what GI something has. If it's less than 55, it's a low GI and you can eat it. And everything actually you can eat. You cannot have avocado or banana, for example, or sweet potatoes. But otherwise, I mean, almost everything is low GI. Have you ever heard anyone getting fat from eating carrots? No, really, right? So let's just stay in the Zen and think clearly here. So this is my food, day 1, C9. These are salad bowls, the one to the right and the left. To the right, I have a big bowl of, I make a salad from, I take 2 kilos of grated carrots, and I buy them where they're already grated, because I don't have time standing doing it. I take an orange and chop into it. I take an apple that I grate into that. I take a grapefruit, I chop into it. And I take some lemon on top of it, and I put it in the fridge over the night. Then to the left, I take everything from the free list, more or less. You can put cabbage, kale, lettuce, different kind of lettuces, spinach, edamame beans, broccoli, cauliflower. Broccoli and cauliflower, I pour boiling water on top because they're too boring when they're too dry. So, but all vegetables are to be eaten raw. No wok, no soups, nothing. All raw. I have cherry tomatoes. I have bell pepper. I have radish. I have cucumber in there. So I have all this. And what I do is I take 6 boxes and I put all the greens in the bottom and the carrot salad on top of it. It makes it a more, sweet, sour. It gives it more taste. And one time I was in the meeting in town and I had my food with me and I ate it, and the meeting was a lot longer than I thought. And I actually found a place where I could buy C9 food. It was a little bit of oil on there, but better eat that and not eat at all, because you need to have your calories. So do you get it? You have to eat when you are on a C9, day 1 and day 2. The hardest thing is to eat and eat and eat, because when you eat and eat and eat, you tell your brain, hey, there's a lot of things going in here. So the brain thinks, I better turn up the engine. I better turn up to burn all this. I need to get going. And your intestines gets a lot of fibers and a lot of greens to work on and has to work. So it's a win-win. And your brain thinks, oh, I'm getting food all the time. I'm not on a diet. It's no problem. I just can keep going here. Great. I'm not starving at all. And the good thing with these foods here, you see, Steve Hatchett, who made the Fit System, is the one who trained me in this. And I actually had to talk to him this morning, actually. And I love talking food and nutrition with him, because he's the most clever man on earth that I know. I'm so taken. He's my star. So my idol. So first time I discussed the free list with him, I said to him, it's so smart. This list is so genius. I said, eating all you want, but burning more than you get in. And he said, oh, you noticed? And I said, yes, I did. You see, these foods have minus calories. It means if you eat a grapefruit, for example, the grapefruit represents 60 calories. But when you eat the grapefruit, it will take the body 80 calories to burn and digest the grapefruit. So your brain thinks and your body thinks, I'm getting a lot of calories in, but you're actually using more calories in order to burn it. But your body doesn't know, so you don't get in starvation mode. And this is why this is so genius. The more you eat, the more effect you have. So you have to eat the greens. And remember, it's primarily greens, not that much fruit. Not that much fruit at all. It's primarily greens. So eat on the C9. Do you get it? You have to eat on the C9. And when you make the dinners, you have to have carbohydrates on there. When you have the dinners, you have to have carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So either you do it the vegan way, where you eat a dal, for example, with lentils or chickpeas and rice. You take a whole wheat rice and have some avocado with it, so you get the fats. Then you have perfect food. If you want to have the meat, take some chicken or salmon, and again some potatoes or whole wheat pasta or brown rice, and put some avocado. You need to have some fats or some almonds or nuts in there, so you get the fat. You need to have the fats. And do we need vitamins and mineral supplements? And why do we? If you go into a store today and you look down the aisle, I think 75, 80% what's on the shelves isn't food. It's artificial. I mean, when I go to America and I look down, it's amazing what they have. Artificial whipped cream? What the fuck? And the problem, that this is the reason why we have so many food intolerances today, and why the body's so fucked up, excuse my language, is because we put so much into our system that's not supposed to be there. you know, you have artificial fiber, you have artificial fat, you have artificial, you know, it's so much chemistry out there, and all the body wants is pure nutrition. And we get tricked as well, because we try to buy ecological and we try to do good, but the problem is today when they make vegetables, fruits and greens ecological, in order for not use pesticides, what they do when they do it commercially is they grow it in rock wool, in isolation glass. Rock wool, it's glass. It doesn't have any minerals or anything in there. So everything that's grown there, yes, you don't get any diseases. You don't get any these animals that eat and all that you need to spray for. Of course, there's no earth in there. There's nothing in there. But the vegetables and the fruits has no nutrition. But the food industry, they don't care about that, because it has to look nice and be big and have a nice color and artificial light. They don't give a shit about if there are vitamins and minerals in there, because that's not why they are there. They are just there to provide something that looks good, even if it's hollow and has nothing in it. So how do you know how much C vitamin there is in the potatoes you eat? How do you know if there's lycopene in the tomatoes today? Let me tell you, there isn't. In old days, when I grew up, my father, you know, he grew everything, and he loves growing tomatoes. And we were forced to smell everything. And he picked, you know, a ripe tomato and he gave it to me and he said, smell this, you know. And the tomatoes, when I was young, they were all furry. They had hairs all over. Today, they all have had a Brazilian wax. They don't have one hair on them. They're completely naked. And when you smell them, they don't really smell. In old days, they really smelled. And in old days, tomatoes was the most important source for lycopene. And lycopene is very important for our heart and against prostata, for the scrotum. And so how do you know what there is in the food you eat? You don't. And so I say vitamins and minerals is our life insurance. That is to make sure the cells in the body gets the minimum it needs to survive. Because today you're feeling well, it's no problem. But what if you get sick? What if you get COVID? What if you get cancer? What if you get an autoimmune disease? What if you get stress? That will tear your body so quick, like a card house, it would just fall. So you need to make sure your cells are strong and get what they need. We're all built by cells. It has to be all the way through. So it's very, very important. The F15 is exactly the same products as the C9. Again, it's not the box that's doing it. It's your body that's amazing. And when we do an F15, it's always, you know, important to ask the client, what do you want? So when we do a C9, you have to make a plan with your customer. You know, the C9 is the kickstart. It's like the pre-wash. If you have very dirty laundry, you put it in the washing machine. If you have a pre-wash, that's what the C9 is. The main program is the F15. This is nutrition and exercise to change your habits for good. On a C9, we do not do exercise. We only walk or do, you know, yoga or bicycle or go like swimming. We don't do heavy exercise. But F15 is nutrition and exercise. And after F15, when we reach the goal, the weight goal we want, we go on with a with the Vital5, which is advanced nutrition made simple. It's the daily base for your well-being. It's all you need. It's a minimum you need. So talk about your customer. What do you want? Why do you want to do C9? Most people will say, I want to lose weight. Well, C9 is not weight loss. It is I'm trying to speak without breaking my tongue. Physiologically impossible to lose weight in 9 days. I lost 7.5 kilos on my first C9. I didn't lose 7.5 kilos in fat. What happens when you are on the C9 is when you drink all this aloe vera and you take all these fibers and you eat restricted with so much nutritious greens, you're shitting out all the extra you have in there, to be quite honest. So it's all from your intestines. It's waste, and you detox and get toxins out of your body. So you lose water in your fat tissues, because if you have a lot of toxins, you get a lot of cellulitis and you get mushy. But if you start eating right and moving, you will see that the toxins will loosen up, and the water from the fat deposits, not from your muscles, from the fat deposits, will disappear. So I lost 7.5 kilos in toxins and shit in my intestine, to be quite honest. So if the customer says, I want to lose weight, you say, great, you start with the C9. That's the detox, that's the kickstart to get the body going, to put the mindset right. And then you continue with the F15 until you reach the targeted weight you want to have. And when you're done with the F15, you go on to Vital5, because that will help you maintain the results. If your client says, I just want to have a detox, I just want to have a cleanse and feel lighter and better and less bloated and, just then go on in my life. They say, great, then you take a C9 and then you continue with the Vital5 to keep the results. You have to make a plan. You have to talk to your client to understand, what do they want? What is their target here? What is their goal? Because otherwise they might be disappointed and you have an unsatisfied customer. Always be there for them and explain things and be honest and say, C9 is not weight loss, because you cannot lose weight in 9 days. 1 kilo of fat is 9,000 calories. In order to lose 1 kilo of fat, you have to be less 9,000 calories without being in starvation mode, and that's impossible. It cannot be done. So you don't lose fat, but you lose all other bad things in your body that you want. And that is why when we measure before we start the program and when we're done, I think I had 32 centimeters in difference all over my body parts. 32 centimeters, that's a lot. But that's because you get your mind and your body into the right track, and you eliminate all these extra stuff, so your intestines can get into balance again, and you're less bloated and you feel lighter and you have more energy, and that's what we want. And when people have such good results on the C9, because we know they do, it's easy to make them take a Vital5 or F15 because it works. It's proven. It's a very, very good system that's good for your body and good for your cells and your well-being all the way through. So today's actions are tomorrow's results. Remember that. You have to do something to gain something. So start with the C9, continue with the F15, select the correct program, and I will get into that, and continue with the Vital5. This is the key to success. And the Vital5 is for all future, every month. Just every month, just keep it going. So choose the right program. F15 is personal and customized. It's targeted directly to the person. And we have 3 different booklets. We have the beginner, the intermediate, and the advanced. So if we take the beginner, it's the green one. We have part 1 and part 2. And the beginner is for someone who enters a completely new world, who has no clue of carbohydrates or proteins, healthy food or unhealthy food. They've never really been in a fitness center. They don't really do, exercise or anything. This is the beginners. And in the beginner booklet, it's easy exercise you can do at home, and you can see all the videos with the exercise in the homepage I gave you, forwardfituk.co.uk. All the training programs are in there, so you can put it on your TV or on your screen and do it together with the trainer on the screen. And it's very simple. You don't use anything more than your own body. Everything is served for you. It tells you exactly what to eat, when, what to do, what training, and when to have a rest day. It shows you all the way. It also teaches you about the basics in nutrition. What is carbohydrates, what is proteins, what is fats, vitamins, minerals, why do you need it? It shows you the calories, and you have two different calories. You have the low and the high. I will recommend you to go on the higher, because the low is a little bit too low, but check your own BMR and AMR, and you follow that so you don't lay too low in the calories. I really recommend everybody to read all three of them, because this is an education in nutrition. It is really, really good. It's really good. I love the system. I think it's genius. It's so simple, and it just functions. So intermediate. Intermediate is the next level. So when you are done with the first level in beginner and you can do all the exercises, you go to the second level. And when you can do all the exercises, you move over to intermediate, part 1. And in intermediate, we're starting with yoga. And here we also have some resistant bands to get some more resistance on the muscles. You can still just do it at home in front of your screen or your TV. Here you can start to choose a little bit between meals, and they educate you how to think about food and how to put it together. When you are done, when you can do all the exercise without problem in part 1, you move to part 2. So it's different from person to person how long they do the beginner or intermediate, and which part they are on. It's all up to you what level you are on. So intermediate is for those who are a little more active and know a little bit more about food and fitness, who knows that McDonald's food isn't good for you or fast food is bad, and that protein and carbohydrates and fats are something what the body needs and what it is. The advanced are for those who know what they are doing and used to doing fitness. It can be elite people who train every day. But here you can still take it to a new level. You can get a little extra up here. And in the advanced booklet, here they use step boards and weights as well in the fitness routines. And here you can put together your food as you want to, and you learn what food you're supposed to eat when for your body to absorb the different nutritions. And I love the F15 program. It's really, really genius. And, push yourself, try it if you haven't tried it. It's a really, really good program. And the F15 program it's tailored and designed to suit any person, no matter who they are, what their age is, or what their fitness level is. And anyone can reach results in a 15-day interval. And it depends on what goal you have, how long you are in the F15. You can be on there for 15 days or 6 months. It depends on your body. And this is going in the right tempo. You don't want to lose weight too fast. You want to lose the weight in a way so you keep the weight off. And you want to lose the weight in the same time as your brain starts to understand how to eat and how to train and how to use the body. So when you're finished and you continue with the Vital5, you will keep the results and you will know more, what to eat and not to eat and when and how. So choose the right program. Actually, most people start on intermediate because most people in our surroundings, they know a bit about food and they know a bit about training. But you can start in the beginner too, because the booklets are excellent. So it's a good thing to take it from the beginning to the end. It's excellent. So come and join the movement. Now we're starting, it's January, and we had a lot of too much food, too much alcohol, too much joy maybe in December, and we are all in lockdown and we are sitting home and we're eating, we are not getting out enough, the fitness centers are closed. So what you do is you go out and you take 10 people in the hand through the social media, and you come together online and you start doing the C9. And you can do exercises together. You can, if you're close, go out for power walks with the distance and start doing something. It's an excellent way to get going and start going. And remember, monkey see, monkey do. What you do, your team will do. And know your product. Try the products. If you haven't done F15, make sure you try it. because how can you sell something you don't know? Ask if you need help. There's a lot of people that know more than you. Ask. And push your boundaries. You might think, oh no, F15, I can't overview, it's too, I don't know what to do. Well, you have to start somewhere. Look at the booklets, start on page 1, just do it, push your boundaries. And it's also about CCs. A C9 is not anything you do and repeat. A C9 is something you actually do once. Unless you had a big flu or something and had a lot of antibiotics, or you had been on a big vacation with a lot of booze, so you're ruining your intestines. Otherwise, C9 is a kickstart. Let's say you have an old car and you need to kickstart it. You push it on the back and you start it hard and it's standing there and it starts to roll a bit, and then suddenly you can run and then the car is starting and it's running. Do you kickstart a car who's running? No. You kickstart a car that's standing still, that's broken down, and doesn't start. So if you are drinking your aloe vera and taking your supplements and you think, oh, I really need, I need to have the light feeling, all that, you do an F15. You don't do a C9. You see, C9 is difficult to get the calories up enough. So in order to have enough calories, you need to have, a lot of greens. But F15 is more, it's more stabilized for you. So rather do an F15 than doing a C9 over and over again. That's not going to give you good results in the long run. And also, it's long-term business. Make sure talk to your customers, follow up, help them, support them. And remember to offer add-ons. We have vitamins, minerals, fatty acids. I mean, especially on the C9 and F15, it's even more important to help to support the cells. We have the RG Plus, that's excellent. I mean, this is award-winning, products, even more. So RG gives you, oxygen to your cells. You need it. Heat, you start to do exercises, you need heat lotion, you need MSM gel, you go in the shower more, you need body lotion, shampoo, conditioner, etc., etc. There's a lot of things you can add on. So every time you talk to your client, introduce a new product. I mean, deodorant, you start sweating more. We have so many amazing products. It's just start from one end to the other. What you also can do is you can join Kim Masson and I. We have a fit page, Forever Fit Worldwide for FBOs. Join us in there. We have tips and ideas, pictures, testimonials, experiences from customers, help and support. You are welcome to add if it has something to do with F15 or C9. I will not approve of all different kind of shit, excuse my language, that you put in there. I won't have it. Commercial for other things. I don't want that. Only fit-related topics will be allowed on there. But you can get a lot of inspiration. So join us in there. It's open, and you can also add, actually add your customers too if you want to, so you have a group for them. And please, you can follow me on Facebook. Don't ask for a friendship on Facebook. I don't have room for it. I have too many friends already, and I have a few spaces left, and that's when I need to do webinars or training, so I need to go into the groups. But usually on Facebook, I don't want to be friends with FBOs because I use my Facebook for marketing my clients. So if I had all of FBOs as friends, then I would only market for my FBOs, and that will do me no good because you already get the products yourselves. And please do me a favor. My daughter, she's 21, and she thinks her mommy is embarrassing. She says, I shouldn't even have an iPhone. I'm too old and too soggy up here. And she thinks that me on Instagram is ridiculous. Who wants to follow you? That's what she says to me. And she has a lot of thousands of followers. So please follow me on Instagram. Please, so I can get some followers. And so I can punch her one and say, I have more followers than you. It's going to take some time, but I will be happy for you to follow me on Instagram. And on my YouTube channel, it's the picture on the top, I have a lot of free trainings for you. And there I'm adding more. So please subscribe. I'm going to put in a lot of more English trainings in there for you, so you can see what's going on. So also remember, if you're tired of starting over, so stop giving up. Go in there, go get it, and just do it. Thank you so much for spending time with me and for listening to me. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you are just as excited as I am about our fit system. In my world, it's the best. There's nothing compared to it. So go get a C9, do it, just do it, and bring your friends and family and customers into it and do it as well. The results are amazing, and it gives you a lot of happy smiles. So take care, stay safe, and hope to see you all live on a stage one day when we all can meet again. But it's been an honor to be worldwide for 26,000 FBOs and share my passion. So I hope you learned something new. If you have any questions, please just write below and I will answer them. Take care and stay safe. Thank you. Bye.